Hey there, Virgo community. Woo! Y'all did it. Y'all were so patient. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all know who it is. It's Soul Tigress with a wonderful story for this frequency. And thank you. Thank you for your patience as I'm going to navigate between the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, and everything in between. And remember that this is a safe and sacred space where we call in the ancestors, our guides, our angels, divine and universal energies to come in and be the protectors for what? All the positive messages, of course. Now, please keep in mind, this is not Love Tarot. This channel is geared around self-empowerment. What that means here is we're going to create some stepping stones for others to get more connected with their soul being. So let's go ahead and talk about this vibe. So since you're in the 12th spot, we'll go 12-12. Divine timing is at work. Be open to the flow. Now, when I was picking up the vibe, I did not read that, but it talks about that in the vibe. So I find that very interesting. So the first thing that came in was a song lyric, and the song is known from the movie Madagascar. And the specific lyrics are, I like to move it, move it. For anything to grow, it must move it, move it. Flow to life is always needed. Something has to be or has been hard. So let go. Or maybe Virgo is wishing to recapture an old memory. Hidden or hiding from an inner knowing. Now, this is something that's going to help Virgo. And that is a new emotional offer needs to be made towards the Virgo self. When in doubt, pray it out. And those are all in quotes right there. I quote, when in doubt, pray it out, end quote. And your ancestor, somebody's ancestor out there used to say that. That's something that I want to say maybe I've heard of it, but it's not something I've used before. And I could feel a warmth on my hand as if somebody was kind of placing their hand on mine when they had said that. Something to do, especially when we're facing fears of things. And these fears don't have to be monsters under the bed. These fears are sometimes stepping out into directions that we really want to go. So let's go ahead and get started with the introduction for the Virgo frequency. Woo! Also, you're going to get a bonus oracle at the end to confirm everything. And of course, that's with the white light oracle. So let's get started for the introduction. Divine and universal energy. What needs to come out for the Virgo frequency? We have willpower. We're confused about having the power to do what? To let things flow. To let divine take care of it. I know when somebody does something to us, we feel like we have to take care of it. You know, for something to be just, we sometimes want to see something taken care of a little bit more immediate. It's hard to wait on karma. It really is. And sometimes we don't even think about that. We're so focused on the unjust. What else needs to come out? What's this karmic justice have to do with? It has to deal with intimate relationships that we've had with others. with persons, with places, or with things. What else needs to come out? Ooh-wee, here we are. We're spilling it. In these intimate relationships, we felt like they weren't successful. Something was really put out there in the end that we feel like, and we don't understand how or why we fell for it for so long. I'm getting with that one. And we just don't believe that there's good fortune in that area of our lives right here. And the last card we're not seeing is wisdom. What I get is you're not seeing that this is a key to how you gain wisdom. It's being entangled in stuff. Learning how to get away from these entanglements, how to let go of these entanglements, how to find success after the failure. When we get away from things and we really start to see what it was about, then we start to acknowledge all the red flags that we were ignoring. Those are the times that we can be the biggest critics of ourselves and our choices. Be careful. Be careful again, because these entanglements are what? Are there to help us create more wisdom. We just gotta have the willpower to move forward with it. Alright, so let's go ahead and dive into the present. What is it, ancestors, angels, divine and universal energy that needs to come out for the present? I have the World, the Eight of Wands, Ace of Swords, Eight of Swords. Oh, this is such a... It's a lot of stuff going on here. A lot of movement. Fast movement. Reactive movement. Maybe trying to run away from what was the mistakes that were at hand with dealing with this other. Could it be running away or hiding from the truths like we talked about? What was it that really determined the end of this last cycle for us? And how we wanted to get out of being entrapped with it. Ooh, let's do that again. And how we want to get out of being entrapped with it. For some reason, I'm hearing there's not a permission of being able to step away or even to let go. I wonder why that is. Why is that here like that for me then? Why am I hearing that? Can I get clarity for the Eight of Swords? Clarity for this Eight of Swords. This has to deal with the entrapment. Hard to step out of. I have Seven of Pentacles in reverse, the Empress in upright, and the Three of Cups. So we'll start off with the first one. Little financial gain after taking a huge risk. Loan default, anxiety over amount of debt. Financial security is threatened. Your credit may be overextended. Many possible financial choices with no clear answer. Investments are a disappointment. Action without planning dooms failures. And then we have the Empress. Creativity, personal growth, and self-development. Success brings freedom, material, comfort, security, and protection. Wealth may separate you from your roots and sense of self. You spend too much time indoors. Get out more. Sexual pleasure, fertility, excellent physical condition and health. Loving relationship between mother and child. We have a Three of Cups. Good harvest, abundance, an active period marked by fun and successful relationships. A new understanding of what makes you happy. Yet you feel energized and in high spirits. Strong friendships are very important at this time. Strong sense of community, team spirit at work and in leisure activities. Popularity, invitations to social events. What I get is you're afraid, or you're being faced with losing a lot of stuff. It's not just losing a person, place, or thing, but it's losing things that are associated with that scene. Sometimes when we have really tough endings to either workplaces, to relationships with family members, friends, relationships, if I didn't say that, friendships. And what ends up happening is we end up becoming at odds ends with some of the things, with a lot of the things that we like, that remind us of that person or what we would do with that person or place. I was even reading in a book, some people, when their career hits a certain point, instead of being able to grow and mold themselves a little bit differently to go in this new direction, they'll go off and go get a whole new career. Put that where that fits. But this is what it's feeling like, is I'm not gonna find something that is even gonna be worth it in a sense, because there was so much entanglement with this situation, person, place, or thing. What else needs to come out? I mean, if everybody's all celebrating and it really had a lot of concealment stuff happening behind the scenes, I mean, you're kind of losing a headache there. Now I have the High Priestess, which you're not seeing, the High Priestess in reverse, and the Ten of Cups. High Priestess energy. This is moon energy. This is I believe. This is mystical love, mystical beliefs. Also, this is Cancerian because it's associated with the moon, and Cancerian talks about I feel and about things that we like to nurture, but how we like to be nurtured. And I feel like there was a Ten of Cups here, but it wasn't the ideal Ten of Cups. For some reason, it still didn't nurture. It didn't fulfill. I don't know if it wasn't fulfilling for this person, or maybe this person was over-fulfilling themselves on some stuff. I just heard the word embezzlement. But we don't have the 8, or is it the 9 of Pentacles out yet. But what I'm also hearing is funneling. So I don't know if this person had a problem where they were funneling funds into maybe their accounts, doing stuff with that to do whatever celebrating they wanted to do. I'm not sure. I am not sure. Let's go ahead and get a clarity card for the Ten of Cups energy, because there's a young one involved in this. What does the Ten of Cups represent? Ooh. So what I'm getting is this could have been a romantic partnership. in the workplace now. It's kind of what I'm getting here. Or there was something here. There was something here. Somehow, two people came together for almost the same kind of dream, both having different talents. But I don't know if something got awkward. Somebody could have had kids, and the Virgo in this story, or a kid and the Virgo in this story, once they started like looking at the books or something, they were seeing how this person was fulfilling themselves, and when they were seeing this person not in such a good light, and it could have changed their mind about this situation. Something happened, and it could have involved another. And the reason why I say that is I have the Death card come out, and it comes out in this side position on karmic justice, on finding love, on good fortune, and concealment. Yeah, what I get, even this Death card is looking over here. There was something that made Virgo judge this situation. The situation wasn't being a good person. That's why. All right, so what else would like to come out for the present? I have the Nine of Swords now. You go from the Eight of Swords to the Nine of Swords almost reverse. It's like you don't know what to do. You don't know whether to stay. You don't know whether to go. And it's all tied to your finances. That's what a lot of it's tied to, is your finances, your good fortune. What else? Four of Swords. This is that stuck energy right here. Stuck. Not knowing what to do with the intuition. Not knowing what to say about what you're finding out about this person. When in doubt, pray it out. But I'm going to say this, if somebody's putting somebody else in jeopardy, especially somebody who cannot make choices legally for themselves because of mental stuff, then I'm going to honestly say you're going to need to report something. You're going to need to report something. Somebody has to wake up and take care of their responsibilities. Because whatever the choices are here, it's affecting somebody else, and it's also affecting you to the core. I feel like it's something that you can toss and turn at night about. Yeah, look at, I got the Tower on the bottom. Tower with a memory here. I don't know. And Nine of Cups. This person reminds you of a situation in your past. That's what I'm getting. Maybe that's why you gravitated towards this person. Do you ever think about that for the Virgo in this story? Three of Wands. What I get with that is you're not sure how to fix it. And what I get is how to fix them. That's what I get with that one. That's what blocks the wisdom. This is what keeps you entangled with them. You would like to take them, in a sense, to calmer waters. Show them that there are other ways to go. That we can have a new awareness about things. Last cards. They're very selfish though. They're very selfish, and you've been relying maybe too much on others, trusting others, because you don't want to deal with repercussions. That's what you toss and turn about. If I say something, what's going to happen? Who's going to look at me here? And in a sense, you kind of trust others, but then you don't trust others because you're having a moral dilemma here, Virgo, on what to do. You're watching how others aren't saying anything, and this is where you're like, okay, well, maybe I don't need to say anything. But those others are the ones who just go with the crowd. Those others are going to be like NPCs who are okay with corruption, who are okay with letting things happen behind closed doors and not saying anything. How are we going to save anybody if we go with a mentality like that? How do we break generational cycles if nobody stands up for the victims or for anybody who's going through something, who doesn't have a choice, who can't, again, make those own legal decisions for themselves? I don't know if you want to keep trusting this crowd on this person. This person, they only think about themselves. They're only focused on what they want. Nobody else. This person is, you can talk to them all day long. You can try and what is that? Beat around the bush. Send hints. Bring in a box of something that sends a hint. It's going to fall on deaf ears. Whatever is happening, there needs to be a harsh wake-up call. What I'm hearing, this is higher up. This is higher up. But when you go meet Metatron, the archangel who keeps tabs on everyone's book of life, you're going to have to face this part, and you're going to have to sit there and explain how you're guilty by association. I don't know if this has to just do with business stuff. But again, there's that word, guilty by association. I don't know. I'm seeing the mallet thing, and I'm feeling like a higher up energy is going to oversee something in the future about this. And where you're going to stand when that happens is going to be on you. I don't play when it comes around stuff like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't put up with stuff like this. I've actually used to work with children. I haven't worked with the elderly like that. I do work with a lot of adults. I work with minors, and I am put in a position of trust. Even with my own children, I'm in a position of trust. If I was to go and be a CEO, a COO, I would be put in a position of trust. If I was a judge, I would be put in a position of trust. What we do with our first responders is we put them in a position of trust. This person, whoever you're having a moral dilemma over, is in a position of trust, and they're not doing it right. Don't like them. What else needs to come out? Oh my gosh, you want to know what grinds my gears? This person grinds my gears. Ooh, again. It's because you've known this crowd for so long. That's what it has to do with. We got a 6 of Cups. You've known this crowd for so long, in a sense. You don't know if you really want to dump them out, if you want to go off on your own, if you want to cause this havoc. This crowd could be even your own family. This could be in a family business. This could be in a home. This could be in a place where there is a lot of youth running around. And the youth doesn't have to just be children. It could be youth as in young talent. Remember, this is person, place, or thing. Hoo-wee. What is going on here? I was not expecting this to come out. We're going to go ahead and, Virgo, I got my tight-lipped tarot deck right here. I'm sorry, but boo-boo, we're going to make you open up on why you're having such a hard time with this. Why you keep going back and forth and back and forth. Why this is even a dilemma for you. Divine and universal energy. Please help me navigate this block right here. Please help me navigate it out of my emotional self. Please help bring me back to a centered place as we start to look at this block. All right, angels, ancestors. What needs to come out for the block, for the Virgo frequency? This has to do with the King of Coins. What I heard is bringing down the house, because we have the Queen of Pentacles, we have the King of Coins here. This is supposed to be two good matches, but both of these individuals are evolved differently. One is more or less evolved than the other, and the other is confused by what's happening, what this other one's doing. They're not, what it is it's triggering things from their past, triggering things that they've seen, what they felt at the heart, what love isn't about. And they're confused because they care about whoever this other person is. What else needs to come out? But it lands right here on that Death card. Death card is Scorpio energy. That's transformations through relationships right there. You have to confront this if you want to come into a new truth about yourself. How you protect yourself, how you protect your environment around you, but also how you can trust in between the guidance that's being given and then what you've learned along the way. I have the Sun card right here on this Ace of Swords and the World in reverse, and what I'm not seeing is a Ten of Cups. Yeah, this person's there was a past time for this Virgo where they experienced something similar to what's happening here. That's what this is depicting. This could even be the child self, Virgo. And even where they grew up, how the home was fulfilled, what happened in that home life. You know, what they felt like, you know, they know wasn't the right way to go. They learned along throughout the years when they started to evolve that what they had went through, again, wasn't really the way to go. All right, something else. Five of Swords on the Four of Swords. Why do I hear left out? Left out. Somebody's always left out. Could Virgo have been left out in the home life when it came to certain needs being taken care of? And now they're seeing how somebody else is being left out. What else needs to come out for this block? All right, let's turn it. What else needs to come out? Four of Cups, Temperance, right here. There's been a lot of going back and forth. There was a lot of work, I feel like, to move past what once was. To be able to come into a knowing of what Virgo wanted to do, an idea of what Virgo wanted to do with their life. They never seen that they would be faced with something that reflects a past life experience here. Not past life experience as in a past lifetime ago. Past life experience meaning like it could have been 10 years plus ago. But this would be in a life where Virgo was young and they didn't have the choices. What I just heard is Virgo just wanted to be seen at that time. What else needs to come out for the block? All right, anything else need to come out for the block? Entrapment. What I heard with this is it's like it's happening all over again. But what I get is this time you have an outside view into what's happening. You're not in the inside with it. This is a hard one, Virgo. This is a hard one. What I'm asked to ask the Virgo in this story is, where does your loyalty, where does it lie? Does your loyalty lie to the material goods that surround you? Does loyalty lie to the name brands of clothes, the name brand of clothes you put on your body? Does your loyalty lie to your ethics, your morals, your connection to the divine? Where does your loyalty lie? That's something to ask yourself. Because at the end of the day, if your loyalty lies to, scumbag energy, all I can say is Virgos, birds of a feather, will flock together. Really think about it. Again, that word kept coming up, guilty by association. If your loyalty lies to a higher power, you gotta pray it out and you gotta make moves. You gotta make moves. You think Archangel Michael hesitates when it's time to make moves for the divine? No, not one bit. You hesitate, then you create a split second for something else to come in and do something. Just remember that. You hesitate, you also could miss opportunities that were much needed at that time to take. Again, where does your loyalty lie, Virgo? Oof. When we talk about Archangel Michael. This ain't Archangel Michael, but this is the Knight of Swords. Something that you don't see is the swift, precise, intuitive moves that you gotta make when it's coming against others who are doing things unjust. This doesn't mean you go out and you create your own justice, but you start to create the moves to bring justice, always in a legal way. But right now, You blocking those moves is what's holding everything up. And if you block those moves, you will always believe that whatever's happening here with this other is a reality. And I'll tell you right now, any business, any partnership, anything that deals with something of that familiarity, it could even be a gender thing too, a group thing, certain groups, you will always hold yourself back. What do you mean hold yourself back? You're going to put a block up feeling like everybody's like that. And that could block you from things that are meant to be divinely led into your life because you worked hard for the divine. Wow. You're being called in though. Being called in to do some moves. If you was contemplating something, pray it out. Pray it out. All right. Let's go ahead and change it up a little bit. That got really serious there, didn't it? I haven't had anything come out like this before. So this is something really serious going on in the frequency. Always speak up for others who can't speak up for themselves. All right? Sometimes it's those others who need that angel to come in that will keep them with hope. You never know. You never know. All right, so let's go ahead and start this conclusion. Divine, and angels. What is it that needs to come out? And it comes out onto this. Comes out to the provider that you want to be. Is your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. Full moon in Taurus. I'll share this with you. I am a feminine energy. I love men. Men are so wonderful. Some men. Evolved men. Beautiful men. I love me some men. I really do. But there was one time I hated me some men. It didn't mean I was going for the other team. But I got to a point where I was just so hurt with that gender that I said that they're all alike. I did for a good so many years. And it finally hit me one day, Virgo, in this story, is that if I condemn all men to be the same, then I condemn my son to be just like them. And he's not even grown up yet. It was through that observation that I wanted to change the way I thought about men. I didn't want to condemn men no more because I didn't want to have that idea that my son's gonna be a man. It's just gonna be like everyone, because that's planting seeds for that to happen. Instead, I had to change. I had to change the way I look at men. But it started by changing the way I look at myself. Also, changing the way that I protect myself. Knowing that I have my own back. When you are really, really in sync with having your own back and what it is to be in the vibe of protecting yourself, when it comes to standing up to things that go against that, it doesn't create that much of a dilemma within yourself, because there's gonna be a strong sense between right and wrong in the intuition and the gut. There's not gonna be that questioning. And from what I gather with research, especially coming from low frequency homes, being exposed to certain things where at one time when we didn't have a choice what happened, and the things that happened made us feel unprotected. It gets very hard when we face those situations as adults, when we're seeing it from an outside looking in view, or somebody coming in on us again. So it's learning how to protect ourselves by taking care of ourselves, Virgo. That dream needs a practical plan, and it starts with, if anybody wants to mess with the bull, what do they get? The horns. All right, what else needs to come out for the conclusion? Whew. Prosperity lies ahead. And guess what? Taurus. This is a lot of fixed energy. Getting fixed in yourself. Getting fixed in the way that you want to go. Getting fixed in what's right. Getting fixed and not putting up with what's wrong. Taurus also represents Venus energy and sacral energy. When sacral energy is in balance, it's joy, passion, healthy relationships, creativity. When it's out of balance, lack of creativity, emotional instability. We got social dysfunction and fear of change. All right, what else needs to come out? That was interesting how that came out. Take time to breathe out. Ground out the mind, ground out the thoughts, but that also lands in the temperance. Again, getting connected to the higher up energy, taking time to start praying, to start connecting with that soul being, getting connected with the divine, because that's who you answer to. You don't answer to a karmic community. Forget about them. Forget them. They're nothing. They're nothing. If anything, karma and dharma, universal law, is going to come in and squish them for the bugs they are. Excuse me. I don't like this community. I don't like communities that put others at risk, that neglect others. I don't like communities like that are unfair to others who don't have choices. I don't like that. I don't. What else needs to come out? A new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. You never know. What I'm getting is you never know where this adventure's gonna take you. Yes, it's not an adventure for the lighthearted, but you never know who you're gonna meet when you go on this adventure. You never know. That's all I can say with that one. You never know the balance that you can bring into your life from going on this adventure. All right. Whoa. They want you to know that luck is on your side. Luck is on your side when you connect to that soul being, when you connect up to the divine. And when that happens, not only you're going to witness, but you're going to experience a very powerful shift. Very powerful shift. Your intuition is going to increase by a tenfold. I even get that you're going to have an easier time processing stuff. Virgo's very analytical, very smart frequency. So what now is you could be having a hard time concentrating on things, and it's because what's happening here is low-key triggering you, and it has you stressed out, and it's something that your mind can't take a break of because your feelings still haven't processed, your emotional self still hasn't processed, and your physical being, your vessel, is still holding on to that tension from dealing with that stuff. All right, I'm hearing one last card. What is the last card here? Wow. When it comes to dealing with this other that reminds you of the events of the past, is don't let pride get in your way. Don't let the pride get in your way. You don't gotta be the tough guy. The tough guy that has to sit here and act like nothing affects them. Because it's putting that on the back burner that's affecting you now on a lot of different levels. Don't let your pride get in the way this time. Be really honest with yourself when you're looking at this situation and you're comparing it to how it reminds you of this other past situation when you were younger. A good raw honesty when you're doing that. If you let that pride down, it's going to help in connecting, bringing in that change. All right, so here we are. Woo! Around the final bend of the conclusions with the White Light Oracle. Let's go ahead and confirm some stuff. Thank you, Virgo. Thank you so much for hanging out here. This was a tough one. This was really a tough one. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. All right. What is the final message for the Virgo frequency? What is the final message? There we go. Let's see. We have number 2. It takes 2. There we go. I think I could show it like that. Excuse my big old hand there. I have such little fingers. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Look at that. Look at how this person is connected with that soul being. Look at that. Cupio Dissolvi. Number 2. All right, let's get started. Number 2, Cupio Dissolvi. It is time to let go. Things are working out in their own way. Trust that your heart is wise and is leading you on a soul healing journey in the right spiritual path. Spirit wants to bring you a blessing and a resolution, but you must let go and allow it to happen. Events are unfolding according to a higher plan, even if your plans are going awry. Know that all will come together at the right time and in the best way possible. Surrender your struggles and hold on to your faith. I've also read in a book that you can go through the heart chakra to heal other chakras in the body. Once you bring balance here, like I mentioned before, a lot of different areas of yourself are going to fall in line and being more balanced. All right. Virgo, this was a doozy of a one. And I hope that you can believe in your faith. And I hope you give the divine a chance. All right? Because there's something here for you that's meant to help you get past this trigger. And it may be meant to help put you in a certain direction where you're going to meet certain others. All right? Thank you. Thank you for hanging out. And don't forget to thank your angels, ancestors, as well as spirit guides, divine and universal energy. And as always, Virgo, I hope you have a most wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.